Hi, I'm Gabrielle, and I choose to challenge everything. Bold, courageous, and nurturing. In my career, I've noticed that sometimes when I'm speaking, I can get really passionate about a topic. And some may think that I'm being emotional, or I've had men say that I'm being emotional, where
Of
I would
course.
see my male counterpart show just as much emotion or just as much passion and actually, like curse, have, like be even more intense than me,
Wow.
and it would be applauded. It's like, oh yeah, it's super passionate about it.
Mhm.
And so I continuously saw that double standard, right? And for me, I decided to pick and choose when I decided to stand up, right? So I feel like as women, oftentimes we have to play that like when to pick your battle game often. If
That's for
you
me.
say something, then they add on to you being emotional, right?
Right.
And so what I decided to do was actually now, whenever I'm speaking, and it could be with a room full of men, a room full of women, it could be, a mixed crowd.
Mhm.
I've been actively trying to listen, right? Digest it,
Mhm.
and then speak, because I don't want any misinterpretation of my reaction. Like I have, conditioned myself to not be as animated as I would have normally been. Right. For me, moving forward, what I want is to choose to challenge that, having to have that thought process of,
Mhm.
trying to drown your magic because you're worried about how someone else is going to perceive your reaction. I have noticed too, especially during, the quarantine, is a shift in self-care rituals, and you're seeing less makeup, right? Because I mean, we're all home. We don't have to have a full beat face all the
Mhm.
time, and so now we're practicing more self-care. We're drinking more water. We're, buying like ointments and really great oils to make sure that our skin feels good. But again, being a body positive advocate, it's great that we're focusing on the outside, but the work really entails on what's on the inside, right? So how do you feel? Like what's your emotional state like? What's your mental
Mhm.
state like? And so to those who need help with that, I highly recommend journaling. Right. So when you're having those moments when you're like doubting, your physical appearance, or you've just had an off day, write those feelings down. And then,
Mhm.
so you could try to see what are those triggers. Did you have like, a really crappy like meeting, or, did you see something on social media or on the television that just like set your tone off?
Yeah.
We're living in a totally new society where social media is like glued to your hand, all of this imagery, and it's like imprinting on your mind, and that really affects like your emotional state. And so I am just trying to do more of that work, and trying to be more gentle to my relationships that I have with other people. And
Mhm.
because back in the day, just like reflecting, I'm like, I used to say some really bad things about myself, and I would comment on others, and I'm just like, okay, I need to do better. That's a good question. So, for myself, I am a body positive advocate. And what that means is that I have challenged myself every single day to actually do the work of the advocacy. And so, what does that mean? Is like giving yourself positive affirmations about your body, right?
Mhm.
While also accepting those negative affirmations that you may have as well. I think there has been a misconception with the term of body positivity to have it mean that you have to always love everything about yourself. I have used myself as a muse on my own social media. And so, I mean, it's no secret at this point that I love fashion. So I will wear pieces that I feel like, growing up, you wouldn't necessarily see on people of my body type. Like just recently I went on vacation and, I had a 2-piece on and, my thighs are out, some of my stomach's out, and this is me. I'm living in my truth, right? To walk in your truth, don't try to fit into a societal norm, right? Embrace all of your imperfections, right? You have big, beautiful curly hair, rock it. That's yours, because everything that you feel like may be an imperfection is actually what makes you unique, right? And that's what's going to make you like be fantabulous. That's the word.
I love it.